You know, the race got tough. Andy put pressure on me. He made me run quicker. I knew I had that 3 minutes on him out of T2, and I didn't want to give that up easily. And I was getting the splits, and I didn't, you know, I was coming down. You know, I was running 5:45 miles, and I was losing 5 or 10 seconds a mile.
At what point of the run?
At the start, right along the lead drive. And, you know, I thought, I'm all in. I'm not going to give up this gap easily. So he took me out of my comfort zone totally. And you know, from mile 5 to, or mile 4 really, to mile 18, I was uncomfortable. And that's when the mask came off. There was no pretend grimace. That was a real grimace. But you know, that's racing. I think we saw last year, this race, it becomes tactical and strategic, and it can be like a game of chess. I didn't want to give up the time I felt I'd worked hard for. So I dug a little deeper than I'd wanted to, and the wheels came off at the end, but I had a 6-minute lead at that point. So I think my little gamble paid off. You know, you have to take risks, and I think the main thing was, you know, I was happy. I was happy at the start. You know, it's the World Championships, and I'm happy just to be here. And obviously, I was in good form. I won in Vegas 4 weeks ago, and you know, I wanted to race like an athlete who's won here before, just with a bit of confidence. I always felt I've been a bit timid here, and I wanted to be the guy dictating for a change. And yeah, helps to have a smile. Well, it works for Chrissy anyway. So, but, no, I mean, it got hard. It always does. It's the World Championships, in, you know, on a brutal course, and you know, I was close to Marino off the bike, and a big shout out to Luke McKenzie too. Unbelievable race. I mean, swam pretty much on the front of our group, the front group, and then he was the guy on the bike who just going up to Harvey when we hit the wind, he caused the split. And you know, then Lieto, myself, Marino, and Luke rode together until pretty much white colour on the way back. And Chris took off, but I was feeling good. I was totally riding within myself, and you know, I thought Marino was going to be tough, although I did notice he had, like, his black suit looked white, and it was pretty humid out there, you know. I think a lot of people were losing a lot of salt, and you can never write Andy off. So you know, when I was running out, I saw where he was, and no, I mean, that was no play grimace. That was real.